Any other questions, anyone? We got 25 minutes more. So if you got any questions, please ask me. I would be more than happy to.
Hi, Sensei, Anish here.
Hey, Anish, how are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fine.
Good, good, good.
Thank you. Sensei, my question is, last week we discussed about task and responsibility. I allowed it very well. Can you explain it much more clearly?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
When I give you a task, when I say I, means I'm talking about a manager or a boss or whoever it is. If I give you a task, you will do it. But now you're doing it for me, for this person, for this individual. Oh, he gave me a task, let me finish it. At the same time, if I'm giving you a responsibility, I say that you take care of that. You take the complete responsibility of that particular department or this particular project. I'm giving you the responsibility. You don't have to bring it to me. You do it and you finish the project and then you bring it to me. Now, what I've done, I've given you the responsibility. When I give you the responsibility, the happiness comes to you, not to me. And you will work on that.
Yes.
You will work on that. So never give a task to someone, give a responsibility. The task becomes a part of the responsibility. Responsibility are individual actions. Okay, a task would, a responsibility, let me repeat that. Tasks are individual actions. For example, I ask you, draft an email, it's a task. Take a photocopy is a task. Design a logo, it's a task. You got me? But but instead of giving the task, give them the responsibility to them. You take care, you do everything and bring it to me. Whatever you want. Do you want to have a logo? You want to have a design? You want to have that, this, whatever it is. You take the in charge, you do it, make mistakes, and then you bring it to me. Then we'll sit together and then we'll work on that. And then we'll take it to the next level. You got me? You're giving the responsibility. When somebody takes responsibility, it has to be 100%. There are two things I want you both to write down. I want everyone to write down. There's something which is 100%. Two things that should be really, really 100%. And the first thing that should be 100% is your responsibility. You should be 100% responsible. And number two is 100% of commitment that you will achieve the goal. Whatever you need, whatever you want to do, 100% of commitment that I'll take myself, I'll take my team and make sure that we achieve the goal. These are the two things, 100%. Okay, task is different. And therefore, responsibility is different. Responsibility, you will love to do it. Task, you're doing it for the other person.
Yes.
Okay, and did I answer your question?
Yes, exactly. And I believe we can practice in the parenting. It's very much needed. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Parenting is a responsibility. Leadership is a responsibility. Ownership is a responsibility. Training is a responsibility. First comes responsibility. Yeah, with me, the first thing comes is responsibility. You need to be responsible of who you are today. Now, I don't know, many of you may not be knowing who Anish is. Many of you may not be knowing, those who are new, they do not know who Anish is. Anish could have, I mean, Anish, with your permission, okay? Okay, yes, Anish, yes. I know you and you know me. Anish could have committed suicide. Anish could have asked his mother to kill him. But today, who Anish is, as a motivational speaker, as a coach, etc., he took the responsibility of his life. Is that correct, Anish?
Yes, of course.
You took the responsibility of your life. You didn't go for an excuse. Excuse is a shield. Once again, let me repeat that. Excuse is a shield used by people who do not want to excel in their life. Once again, let me repeat that. Excuse is a shield to protect yourself. Excuse is a shield used by people who do not want to excel in their life. What Anish did is he broke that shield of excuse. And he said that I am going to achieve what I want to achieve. I take the responsibility. You're with me, Anish?
Yes.
And that is what made you who you are today.
Yes.
Every person who are here today is the result of what you did yesterday. Is that correct? Whoever you are here as a teacher, facilitator, coach, whatever you are, that is the result of what you did yesterday, and you are 100% responsible who you are today. Don't blame the company that you're working. Don't blame your boss. Don't blame the environment. Don't blame the room. Don't blame the road. Don't blame the climate. Don't blame Don't blame the politicians. Don't blame anything. You're with me?
Yeah.
If anything goes wrong, take responsibility. Don't blame yourself. That's also very important. Do not blame yourself. Very, very important. What goes in goes out. We call it the GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If you're putting the garbage in, saying that if you start blaming yourself, oh, everything happened just because of me, that means you're putting garbage in. If you're putting garbage in, the result would be garbage out. For example, if I did a coaching session, if the coaching session did not go well, don't keep on repeating that, oh my goodness, what they would feel, oh my goodness, how the client would feel. No, nothing. If you want to pay the money back, just pay the money back and get rid of the garbage. How many of you got it? Raise your hands. If you did a coaching and if the coaching did not go well, do not blame yourself. If they paid you, say 10,000 rupees, give the 10,000 rupees back and get rid of it. You must be out of it. Do not carry that garbage with you. That is a baggage that you'll be carrying whole day, whole night. Do not do that. You have to keep yourself clean with that. I'll tell you a story. There was a guru, okay, a guru, and he was giving lecture in a place. This is just a story, okay? It's just a created story. So don't ask me when, where, which country, which city, and all those things. And what is the name of the guru? Okay, is it Farookh Sensei? No. Just imagine that there's a guru, okay? And he had a student, a disciple with him. So he was talking about how to take care of family and how you can be so confident that you can even walk on top of the water. Okay, he was talking about all those things, and this student was so much engaged in the conversation. He was respecting the guru like anything. Now they came to the bank of the river because it was night. They have to cross the bank of the they have to cross the river in order to go to their place wherever they want to stay. So when they came to that place, I mean to the bank of the river, there was a young beautiful girl standing there to cross the river, but the vessel or the boat was not there. The boat was on the other side. So now this young chap was thinking, okay, my teacher is too old, so he will let me hold the hand of this girl. He started talking to himself. How many of you got just raise your hand? He started thinking that he would give me the permission to hold this girl and I can hold her hand and walk the other side. But that did not happen. What did this guru do? He said, okay, I'm going to lift you, and he lifted this girl. Okay, lifted the girl and walked and crossed the river. And this boy behind the teacher, he was just cursing the teacher. You were talking that you should be very clean in your heart and everything. You were talking for that, and I was considering you as my teacher. Now, when you got the chance, you forgot about all this cleanliness about your heart, and you picked up the girl, and now you're walking, and I'm here. The young chap is walking behind you, but you did not give me the chance to hold her hand. They crossed. After crossing, he left the girl there, the young beautiful girl, and they went to their room or whatever it is. This young gentleman was really, really unhappy. He was not getting sleep. He went to his room, but he was not getting sleep. At around about 12 o'clock, midnight, he goes to his guru's room. He knocks the door. Guru opens and he says, what happened? He said, I was trusting you. I believed you. I loved you. And whatever you were saying yesterday night, I respected whatever you said. But when the opportunity came in, you took the opportunity and you hold that girl in your lap, and then you walked and you crossed the river. There was only one answer, the teacher said. I crossed her with the river, but I left her there. I crossed the river and I left her there, but you are still carrying her. How many of you got it? Just raise your hands. I left her. I forgot about it. I forgot about it, but you're still carrying that with you. That should not happen to any of you. That should never happen with any one of you. If something goes wrong, and it was because you feel or they felt or you have this feeling that my speech did not go well, my coaching did not go well, and if that is killing you, the only way to kill the killing is to give the money back and say goodbye. Thank you very much. Yesterday's presentation I did free. How many of you got it?
Yes.
You kill the feeling. Killing the feeling is very important. Don't carry the feeling like this young chap. Don't do that. If you give the money, if you pay the money, you're free now. Now they would be happy, you would be happy because they got the free session. How many of you got? They are free now. And you're free. You should be mentally free. That's very important. And secondly, when you're coaching, you can empathize, but don't sympathize. Let me repeat that once again. You can empathize, but don't sympathize. Now that happens, and that happens in some sessions, especially in a different, not in coaching, but it definitely happens in other areas. I don't want to mention those things here. When you have this client, the client will start telling the story. This is what happening in my family. This is what happening with my husband. This is what is happening with my mother-in-law, with my father-in-law, with my kids, and all sort of tear. And then you have, oh, no problem. I can help you. And then what happens? They become together. How many of you got it? Now, because you take the sympathy inside you, do not do that. Do not do that. You watch a movie, and if the movie is full of sadness, you cry during the movie. Do you go to the office and cry? Do you go to the office and cry? No, you forgot about it. Well, I was watching the movie that the actress was crying. Oh, she should not be doing like that. Oh my goodness. And you cry, no problem, cry. That's good. But don't go to the office and cry again. When your manager comes and you're still crying, what happened? Oh my goodness, that heroine, she couldn't meet the hero in the end. I was thinking that they'll meet, but the auto rickshaw went this side and the car went this side. The driver should have looked back, but he didn't look. You got me? You created the scenario. Don't carry that. So when you're doing a training program, when you're doing a speech, when you're doing a coaching session, draw the line. Draw the line with anyone. I keep it clear. I draw the line. I know how much should I go, whether it is my students, whether it is my clients, whether it is my relatives, whether it is my parents. I know where to draw the line. And when I reach the extreme, I get back. How many of you got it? Do not break the line. You have to create the line. You create the line based on your age, based on your gender, based on which country you are, based on the client's age, everything. Sometimes we feel that it is more, over, beyond, it's breaking. Break it. Break it. I know coaches, I ask them to withdraw from the coaching session. I asked them, they asked my permission, I said, withdraw. Don't do it. They asked me, should I pay the money back? I said, don't pay the money back. Don't pay the money back because you were on the right side. The coachee was doing something wrong. How many of you got it? When the coachee crosses the line, you should not cross the line. Okay, one thing, you should not cross the line. You should know where to draw the line. And if you cross the line, it's your mistake. Got to withdraw. If the coachee crosses the line, break it then and there. Otherwise, you will be taking that burden on your head. Don't do that. How many of you got it? You should be very firm. Understand one thing, my dear friends. Life is not easy. Life is not easy. People are ready to stamp on your leg. On your head. Don't bow your head in front of people. They'll stamp and they'll go ahead. You need to draw your line. You need to be very professional. And when you talk like a leader, they will respect you. I'm a very soft guy. Let me tell you, I'm a very soft guy. But when it comes to profession, you can't beat me. Okay, you can be very soft. You can be very simple. But when it comes to profession, be very professional and people will respect you.
Sensei, in this particular scenario, what if the coachee is emotional and if you draw the line, is it helping? Does it help the coachee? I mean,
yes, because you're strong. You're strong. Otherwise, now two people are crying.
So, what do you mean by draw the line?
Draw the line is that means you do not take that in as yours.
So don't connect emotionally to that.
Exactly correct. For example, I'm having a conversation with you, and you are talking everything about your organization and all those things. And sometimes I may lose this job and all those things. And then I come and sleep and I think, oh my goodness, will she lose the job? Oh my goodness, what will happen to her? But no, I should not think that. I don't even remember the name of my clients after the coaching is over. I don't. I don't even remember what question they asked me because I have practiced myself that way. Once the question is over, sometimes you might feel, oh my goodness, will this gentleman go and share my questions to somebody else? I don't even remember what question they asked me. Forget about sharing that with other people. Once I open the door, when I go out of my office, I don't even remember what question they asked me because there are a lot of people who come and have a conversation with me. So I don't have to. Got me? Because I don't take anything, nothing, no emotions at all. Nothing. I don't take anything. And that is exactly what you have to do. Don't take any personal thing to you, because if you take that personal thing and if you start going and helping them, then that becomes your break. That becomes your break that will not allow you to move forward and think like a leader. That will become a pain for you.
You mean that is absolute professionalism?
Yes, it is, because you are showing you can be empathetic for sure. You can be empathetic but not sympathetic. You can be empathetic for sure. You can.
So how do you acknowledge Sensei?
See, sympathetic means you are taking that in yourself. You are playing the game in your head. You are talking the self-talk. You got me? Empathy is you're taking the talk till that level, till the coaching is done. After the coaching, you don't think about it. Sympathy, what I'm saying is that sympathy means even after the session, if that is coming back to you again, just like the student I mentioned right now, be like the teacher. The teacher, he finished the game. The game is over, he forgot about the girl. But when he came to the student, he was just thinking, he was playing the same talk again and again, and that did not allow him to sleep. Is that right, Mr. Benny? That's yes. Exactly what you have to do. Don't think. Now, for example, you coached me today, and I spoke about something. Maybe it could be an illness or something. Okay, and then you lost your sleep.
Yes.
You got me. You
yes.
were coaching somebody, and he or she is going through some sort of illness, and you saw, oh my goodness, he was such a fantastic soul. You know what's going to happen to him? What will happen to his family? What will happen to his business? He's been running this business for the last 40 years. Oh my God. You lost your sleep, and he will be sleeping there watching TV. How many of you got it? He must be watching TV because he does not bother about it. Yes. You took everything personally. Do not do that. That's what I meant by sympathy. You're not being rude on the person. No, I didn't say that you have to be rude on the person. Nothing is that. The only thing is that do not take that personally within you. If you take it within you, then it is going to break you down. And that can end up in different relationships. Okay, so no. So draw a line there. Did I answer the question?
Yes, Sensei. Thank you so much. And this is about the coaching, and the other coachee is a stranger to me or somebody known also. But such things do happen among the relatives also. So I don't know if that suits that comes under leadership, but how do we draw the line there?
This will happen everywhere. This will happen everywhere, even inside your family.
Yeah.
Even inside your family, this is going to happen for sure.
Yeah, so much energy is getting lost. So I like, how do we, I don't know, how do we draw line there?
See, drawing the line is drawing the line inside you. It's not a drawing the line. Yeah, it's a drawing the line inside your mind.
Okay.
It's all about drawing the line inside your mind. Okay. I'll tell you one thing. Once you come for this program, which I was talking about every week, I'll be taking you through the wheel of life. I know that many of you might have done coaching, you might have done NLP and all those things, but my wheel of life is different. Okay, my wheel of life is entirely different, where I'll set you what is your benchmark. Your benchmark, there's a benchmark that you set. And once you set the benchmark, anything beyond the benchmark is a no. You're telling to yourself, whatever you set to yourself, you are setting a rule, you're setting a line for yourself, whether it be health, whether it be or your diet, whether it be the number of hours you're going to work, everything. Now I can show. Have you seen my? Okay, I'm going to do something. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of my desktop. Is that okay? I'm going to take a picture of my desktop, my laptop desktop. So, And I believe that you all are there in Creative Jungle. Those who are not there in Creative Jungle, just send this, or you can share this in, I don't know whether you can share images. However, just let me just click a picture for you. I just clicked the picture and I'm going to send that in Creative Jungle. How many of you got that? I'm going to click the second picture now. I click the second picture and send it across to you. Can you share that with everyone who's there right now? Just use their WhatsApp and so forth, please.
It's a vision board. No?
It's a vision board. Now, why did see this one? The two things that I've shown you, I got this vision board as a desktop. You saw that? It's my desktop.
Yes.
Everything is clean. Everything is clean. You'll only find 2 or 3 what you call this one, what you call folders. How many folders can you see? 1, 2, 3, 3 folders or 4 folders. That's it. And then you can see a couple of files there. You saw that? Files, just
Yes,
2 or 3 files. And every file tomorrow, that file won't be there. Tomorrow, the file won't be there because I make sure that everything is clean. My desktop is clean. And now the second picture shows my desk, okay, on which I kept my laptop. Did you see that? The second picture.
Yes, yes.
There also you can see my vision board. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the vision board on my desk is an A2 size. A2 size. Okay, if you want to make a printout, it's an A2 size.
Mhm.
And there is one, a big one, a huge one in my bedroom. A huge one in my bedroom where I sleep and I can see that. That's an A1 size. It's completely framed. Completely framed.
Great.
And in this, I used to use I've been using vision board for more than 10 years now. I've been using that. My vision board all these years were different things and I achieved most of them. Most of them I have achieved. And my vision board were like one single picture, one single sheet with a lot of pictures here and there. But this time I arranged it in something different. I made it at 16 blocks. Did you see that? There are 16 blocks.
Yes.
Okay, so each block, this is something which is very personal to me. So these are the blocks that I created. Just for example, if I take the first one, that is, it's all about connecting with peace. I wake up early in the morning to connect with peace. I had to wake up early in the morning. So I wake up at 4:15. Sometimes I wake up at 4 o'clock and I do all my rituals in the morning. Everyone, you have your own ritual. It doesn't matter which religion you are, whether you believe, you don't believe, but there is something that you have to calm down. How many of you agree to that? Just raise your hands. You have to do, whether you believe, you don't believe. That's your personal thing. I believe, so I want to calm down myself with a lot of rituals. That's the first thing that I do. I want to fresh up myself. I have to drink 5 full mouth of water. I do that. 5 full mouth of water I drink after my brushing. People say, doctors, they say that even without brushing you can do that, but I don't do that. I need to brush myself and then I drink that water. The second picture that you see is 5 freedom. Can you see the 5 freedom there?
Yes, yes.
The 5 freedom, most of you might be knowing my 5 freedom is number 1, freedom of time, freedom of money, freedom of location, freedom of purpose, and freedom of choice. Nobody can break me from that. Nobody can break me. Anything which is beyond this, my answer is a no. This is a benchmark. You got me? How many of you are getting that? It's a benchmark that I have set. My benchmark is to wake up in the morning. My benchmark is no time for anyone from 4:15 till 1.5 hours. No time for anyone. It is for my spiritual things. How many of you got it? You're drawing that benchmark. It doesn't matter whether it is raining. It doesn't matter whether you're traveling. It doesn't matter. You need to work on that. It's a habit that you create. The second one is you're drawing a line here. Anything, any proposal, it doesn't matter how many millions of dollars it is, but if it is clashing with my 5 freedom, no.
Sensei, now it's 9 o'clock.
I'll take another 10 minutes maximum because I want to explain this one.
Okay, Sensei.
Okay, the third one is flow, the money flow. Did you see the tap, open tap?
Yes, Sensei.
Can you all see that? Okay, the open tap means it's just like oxygen. What do you mean by oxygen? Oxygen is you don't have to struggle for oxygen. How many of you agree to that? Whilst you're sleeping, still you're breathing. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
That is called abundance. That's called abundance. And if you think the money is that way, without any friction, the money will start opening up automatically. If you start how, never ask the question how. This is something that I always tell my students, never ask the question how. If you ask the question how, automatically what's going to happen, then there's friction. Oh, it's not possible. I won't be able to arrange that money, or I won't be able to go for that studies. I won't be able to travel. Do not ask the question how. The how automatically comes in. If your why is strong and if your what is strong, the how automatically appears. Is that okay? So if you want to think like abundance, you have to say that, yes, it is coming. I'm working on that. Sometimes, for example, your goal is to make, let's say, a 10 million or 1 million, whatever it is, in rupees or dollars, whatever it is. And then you say, I'm so poor. How can I make that? How can I do the affirmation? That's the biggest mistake that happens. Just by doing affirmation, money is not going to come to you. Good health is not going to come to you. You need to work on that. And you say that I'm working on that. How many of you got it? I'm working on that. I'm working on the money. I'm working on the $1 million. I'm working on my biceps. I know that I'm skinny now. I know that I got this tummy, but I'm working on my six packs. I'm working. Working means it's all about present tense. How many of you got it? Your goal must be in present tense.
Yes.
Anything that I do, let me go to the fourth one. Anything that I do intentionally. Now, why should I talk to you? Why am I conducting this free session on this Thursday? Because I love you. How many of you got it?
Yes.
That is my fourth column. You can see I'm doing that with intention. My intention is to serve. My intention is not to sell. Let me repeat that once again. I'm not here to sell any program. You come, you freely come. I'm still there to serve you. So everything that I do, I make sure that I serve people. If I can add value, that's what I do. The next one is I want to see that my blood or my sugar is in control. It has to be less than 100. That is in fasting, and it can go up to 160 or whatever it is after you have your breakfast. So I need to keep myself healthy. As I'm 55 years old, I need to keep that. My intention is to transform people's life globally, not just in Kerala, not just in India. India is what they call a bracket. Kerala is a much more smaller bracket. No, globally. I want to change people's life. I want to transform them. Those people who believe that they can't do, I want to make them do it. Every day, just 30 minutes of exercise. Very simple. And I always say that I'm going to put that on live. And those who are interested, you can join me. I'm going to do that. It would be in the morning for sure. That's a particular type of yoga. It's not the traditional yoga. Okay, I do a particular type of yoga, and that is very, very successful. I think Anish had done that, and Anish lost around about 7 kilos. How many kilos did you lose, Anish?
Yes, 7.5 now.
Yeah. So that will the maximum time that you will take is 27 minutes, if I'm right. Not even 30 minutes. And you don't do jogging, you don't do jumping, you don't do any of those things. Any of those things. Even walking is against. Even walking is not going to help you. If you're a diabetic patient, walking is not going to help you, let me tell you. Okay. And this exercise you'll be doing on the spot on a mat, very simple exercise, and it will give you everything. You will sweat, you will do everything, you can drink water, and it will give you the heartbeat, everything. It goes in that way. I make sure that when I get money, I invest money for my development. I invest money for my development, whether it's whether it could be training, coaching. Every month, you won't believe the amount of money that I invest. I don't spend. I invest a lot of money. I spend a little amount, very little. I'm very careful for spending money, but I'm very good at investing money, because I know that if I'm investing 1 lakh rupees or whatever it is, I know that I'm going to make 10 times, 10x or 20x more than that. So I invest a lot of things, especially on software. Anything that is automated, I invest on that. Anything that gives me the freedom, I invest on that. Anything that gives me to help, I give on that. Next is 6 hours of sleep. I sleep at around about 12 o'clock. Okay, that is my daily routine. I sleep at around about 12 o'clock and I wake up at 4:30 or 4:50. Now I wake up at 4:15 to 4:30. That's the time. So I'm sleeping only for 4.5 hours. However, I make sure that I sleep for 4 hours in the morning. Rather than 6 hours, I sleep for 8 hours. I sleep around about at 10 o'clock in the morning for around about 2 hours. Then after my lunch also I catch my sleep, because that time is not my productive time. How many of you got me? So you have to decide, you need to draw that line. And then when it comes to the weight, I need to get into 88 kilos, because that is my ideal weight based on my height. I'm 188, that is 188 centimeter. So to have my ideal weight, I need to remove the 188. So 88 becomes my ideal weight, and I am working on that. See, I am working on that because I'm telling my mind that I'm working on that. It's not that I am on that. I'm working on that. If I say that I'm 88 kilos, my brain will say he's telling lies. I should not be telling lies to myself, but I should be telling the truth that I'm working on it. Then the next one is a house. I'm not a person of a big house. My wife or my kids are not interested in big house. We are not interested in that because I've seen big house. They make big houses, especially in my area. They have big houses. Thrissur, you go to Thrissur district, you find big houses. But after 2 years, when you go past the same road, you can see that there's no whitewash anymore. The whitewash is there the first time it would be there. Then it is expensive. And it won't be neat and clean as it was there in the very beginning. What am I looking is a peaceful house. A peaceful house is where the things are very little. It's not too much, very little, minimum living. That's what I believe in. Minimize yourself, live with what you require, not putting all those garbages in your house, and then you need to declutter. Do not clutter your house. Anything that is there in your house right now is a botheration for you. Anything, if you see everything that is there in your house right now, if you remove that, you get peace of mind. You don't get peace of mind by buying things. You don't get peace of mind by buying things. You get peace of mind by removing things. How many of you agree to that?
Yes.
So I'm not looking for a big house. I'm looking for a house where I can just lay down and sleep. That is what I want. The next one is my family. My family is everything for me. It's my dad, my mom, my wife, my kids. It's my family. So for me, my family comes first, and then comes everything after that. I need to take care of my family. Therefore, I need to be healthy. When I say healthy, I need to make sure that I eat the right food at the right quantity at the right time. That's the second one, the next one. Then enjoying riding. I didn't say enjoy driving because I don't enjoy driving. I don't enjoy driving at all because when I'm in the car, I like to think about it. So I'm not a good driver. I drive only within my area. I drive even if I have to travel for 1 hour from here. I just bring my driver and ask him to drive because I don't like driving, but I like riding. And again, when I say riding, it should not be very fast riding. I like long drive. I like to go on long ride, but I need to be in a relaxed mood. That's what I said. And it's not about the car that you're seeing that. That's a Range Rover. It's not about the car, whether it is a BMW or whether it is a Audi or whether it is a Rolls Royce. No, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm not a car person. Because some people are they like watches. Some people, they like car. I want a decent car which can take me, whereby I can enjoy the ride. Next is peaceful vacation. I didn't say that I want to travel every week. I used to travel every day. And sometimes if I don't travel for 3 days, and if I see the aircraft flying, because I used to stay near to the airport, I would say it's so boring sitting in the house for 3 days. That is the type of person you're talking right now. But now, no, I'm not. I don't want to be so busy traveling from one terminal to another terminal in the transit and then stay over, layover, all those things. No, I'm not interested. Once in a while, go travel, enjoy peaceful vacation. The next one is my quality, best of the best. Whatever I don't do 100 things. If I do 3 things, I must be best at that. What am I doing? Coaching, I need to be 100. Number one in that. If I'm doing speaking, I must be number 1 in that. Whatever I do, I must be best on that. That doesn't mean that I should be best in cooking because I'm 0 in that. Okay, because that's not my area. So you need to decide what is your area, what is your profession, what is that your passion is, and then you should be 100% best of the best in the industry. That's when you create your brand. That's called personal branding, and that's when you start dominating the industry. How many of you got it? This is very simple 16 points that I shared with you. I'm transparent. Did this inspire you?
Yes, it's really amazing.
It's amazing. I really appreciate the sense of minimalism and the feeling of content. This is actually, you are really a role model, because we should learn from you a lot of things, And you talked about the 5 freedoms. The first one is time. What are the other one? The second one?
The first one is time. The second one is money.
Money. Okay.
I'll tell you what is that. The third one is location.
Location. Okay.
The fourth one is purpose.
Okay.
And the fifth one is choice.
Oh, choice. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. It was really worth.
Thank you very much.
Sensei, now it's 9:10.
Okay, our manager said 9:10. Now there's no excuse. She is
Yes,
the
yes.
boss. She's the boss. So thank you very much,
Thank
ladies
you.
and gentlemen, all the leaders for
Thank you very
taking your
much.
time and being here.
Thank you, Sensei.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, Sensei.
please,
It was a pleasure listening to you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Sensei.
my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
So
Thank
do
you.
bring more,
Thank you,
do bring more of your relatives, more of your friends. We are not here to sell anything. They can learn a lot of things. Let them come. We are here to serve. Everyone who is here is a leader in their sense, and we are all here to help you. So before we wind up, let me just take one quote and share that with you. Okay. Let me just go and see what's the best coach. One of the best quote that I can share. Consider.
Sensei, your vision board really inspired us.
What is that?
Yeah,
Vision board really inspired
Really,
us.
really.
It's my wife who was telling me, where is a vision board? Where's a vision board? Because she's been seeing my vision board every time, you know. She said, where's a vision board? I want to get inspired from your vision board. I said, okay, darling, I'll just give you a moment. I'll make one for you. Okay, here's a quote for you. Success and happiness are two different things. Okay, success and happiness. I want you all to understand about that. Success and happiness are two different things. Happiness is something you create. Happiness is something that you create, whereas success is something that you attract. Success is something that you attract. And happiness, you can create happiness right now. It is not the success. Even if you're a failure, still you can be happy. How many of you agree to that?
Yes, sure.
Happiness is something within you. You can create happiness. But when it comes to success, you need to attract success. You should not be going beyond success, but you need to attract success. And to become successful, you have to ensure that you invest in yourself and you develop your skills, your knowledge, and your habit and your attitude. Only then people will come to you. When people come to you, the traffic comes to you, money and fame will come to you. Do not run behind money. Once again, let me repeat. Do not run behind money. Let the money come to you. Think about the oxygen that you're breathing. Money should keep becoming exactly the same way. I believe that this was a wisdom for you. Take this, work on that. Thank you very much, and take care of yourself, and good night.